Hello there, Jonathan Gray, the Chelsea Fancast. There's my 2-minute fan bite of the third round FA Cup tie at the Bridge versus Preston. Happy New Year, everyone. So, Championship Preston, a doddle, you might have thought, wouldn't you? An easy stroll into the next round. Well, it was sort of. This was the old cliche game of two halves. And, well, a game where for the first hour we yawned, twitched and farted our way through a sleep fest where Gillette Sterling fell over a lot. Broja ran around with a broom handle up his arse. Desasi and Cole kicked the ball backwards and into touch, and Enzo and Moises, let's be frank, stank the place out. How we missed Connor. Even Cole Palmer, our superhero from last week, was anonymous. The home crowd silence and the deep-throated goading from the 6,000 Preston fans said it all, really. All around me, everyone despaired of the lack of urgency, movement or competence in front of goal. This was partly because the Lily Whites were well organised and blunted our efforts. Partly because we were guilty of the usual can't shoot, can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo bollocks we've been guilty of so often this season. Cole had the nearest effort with a chip he missed glaringly when 101, and Gillette had a shot well saved, but this was our first shot after about 20 minutes. We all went in for our half-time ginger beer and wagon wheel, despairing of the usual mediocre, tippy-tappy, side-to-side dismal performance we'd seen so often. Was an upset on the cards. How wrong can you be, eh? All stemming from Armando Broja. Despite having resembled a dustbin lid in the first half, failing to hold the ball up, providing no threat at all, even did an air shot, he glanced home a delicious header from Augusto Cross to make it 1-0, and then hit the bar immediately afterwards from a Billy Whiz floater. Let's hope he kicks on from here. He needed that. He was a very good player with Saints. Poch then brought on Thiago for Alfie Gilchrist, who looks a very decent prospect indeed. He's on his way to being a fan's favourite. And the game changes completely. Thiago bullets a Drogba-like header from a corner with echoes of the Munich Cup final to make it 2-0. The erratic Gillette fires in a brilliant free kick and Enzo stabs in a goal that looks offside, but a boring VAR wait decides it isn't. So 4-0, this time for the impressive Hey Nonny Madueke to round the goalie and miss a sitter. Three obvious things. We were much better when Connor came on. Sterling has to up his game. And congrats to Michael Golding making his debut at 17. I'll be back in the Chelsea Fancast with Stan Fitchidge and Dean Mears on Monday to discuss this game. Make sure you listen on Mixler or download it from Acast, all good podcast providers. Come on, Ukraine. I thank y'all.